Alright guys, so we're going to try to compare funds dividend growth. We're going to need a couple of packages here, so require those. You need to have a spreadsheet with all the tickers. So save it in a spreadsheet and then save it in your working directory. So mine looks like this, but in this case we just need symbols. So tickers. So we have approximately 1,800 funds, or ETFs. Now we're going to write a function that passes the ticker. And the first thing we're going to write is we're going to make it sleep for 2 seconds. I'll explain that later, but for now just play system sleep for 2 seconds. Next we're going to get the dividends. Then we're going to aggregate them by year. I want to rename my columns by dropping dot divs so that I'm left with just the ticker name. Then the index format will be percentage uppercase Y. And then finally just return divs. So there's our function here. Next I'm going to apply this function to all the tickers. I just want to return complete cases. Alright, so the reason I put in this sleep function is because I think Yahoo might block our IP if we make many requests to their site. So I want to spread the time for which it calls dividends by 2 seconds. And this should return the majority of all the tickers in question. So we'll go ahead and run this. So it's going to take approximately an hour and 10 minutes to complete. So I'll come back when this has finished running and then we'll continue. Alright, so it looks like after an hour and 10 minutes, this process got completed. Alright, now let's extract all the ones that it did get. So I got approximately 1,600 out of the 1,800, which is fine. Some of these ETFs don't actually pay dividends. We got the majority of them. So I'm going to merge them. Let's see. Great. So close to 1,600 columns and 427 rows. Now we're going to write a function which will calculate and extract earnings growth and the number of times it increased their dividend. The first thing we're going to do is take care of these NAs that you might have. Then I'm going to paste the ticker in year. Since we're almost close to the middle of 2020 and we're using yearly data, I just want data up to 2019. Whoops, the other way. All right, here we're going to calculate the number of increases by placing an if-else statement here. So if the current year is greater than the previous year, we'll put a 1. If not, it means it decreased. So we'll decrease. Our decreaser will be -1. We're going to omit any NAs, return as numeric, and lastly I want to sum. Next we're going to extract the number of years in this data set, which is indicated by the number of rows -1. Next we're going to calculate the return of the dividends by using ROC, year, type, discrete, and omitting any NAs. Next, to extract the geometric mean, I'm just going to use table stats or returns, and I want to extract the geometric mean. Finally, I want to return all these items. So we're going to use paste text for the ticker. Next is increases. Next, the number of years. Next, I want to return increases divided by years to get the percentage of the times that they increase their dividend. So we'll do increases divided by years, round that to 2, and lastly our geometric mean, which will be rounded to 4 decimal places. Alright, so we'll run this function and then we'll test it out to see if we're in the clear. So it looks like didn't take care of our divs. So I wrote divs instead of div. So we'll just, maybe we could fix this. As a matter of fact, well, let's just leave it how it was. We'll fix it afterwards. So we'll run this. Now we'll see names. So that took care of that. Let's give it another shot. Place in the ticker. Looks like I forgot a comma here. Run this. So this is what our results look like. We'll get the ticker, the number of yearly increases, the number of years in our data set. So it's increased approximately 56% of the time, and it has shown growth of 11% on its dividends. All right, so now that we have this ready, I'm going to pass in all the tickers. And apply our function. We'll go ahead and run this. Great. So now let's see if we have any nulls in our list. And remove them. Now I'm gonna R-bind everything. If we take a look at our data frame, we'll see what kind of class they are. So we use, for increases, we have factor, So it turns out it returned factors. So I'm going to use sapply to change them as numeric. So I'm going to do increases, sapply, increases. I'm going to do function as numeric, as character, put in an X there. So now we will run this. Now we see if it changed the class. So now it's numeric. We'll do that for the rest of them. So we'll do years. So we'll run these. Next, I want to take care of any infinites in there by replacing them with 0. If it's not a number, I want to replace it with 0 as well. Now we'll run these. And then finally, I'm going to replace the column names. So the first variable will be ticker, increases, number of years in our data set, number of years of increases as a percent, and lastly our geometric mean. We'll run that. Now we take a look at our data frame and we see our results. So now we can sort them out and take a look at SPY. So it's increased 20 times out of the last 26 years, which is 77% of the time. And its dividend growth for that period of time is a 6.35%. So this is excellent. If you have a dividend strategy, or if you just want to add any ETFs that have increased their dividends continuously, then I would take a look at these tickers. You could do the same thing for stocks by just replacing the ticker list that you call in. So if you have a list of tickers that you want to call in, you could just replace tickers with the tickers that you want and run this, and it should work. Next, I want to take a closer look at the geometric returns and see how they compare. But first, I want to exclude any companies that don't pay dividends. So we'll do II, geometric mean, greater than 0. So I'll subset that. Now what we can do is do summary, temp, geometric mean, and we get our results here. So our median is approximately 27% increase year over year, and our mean is 150%, which is pretty high. I'm also going to exclude any geometric means that are greater than 1 by running this. Next, we'll try and do a histogram. Here we take a look at our histogram, and we see that over 800 ETFs have shown growth between 0 and 0.5. So we'll add in more breaks, take a closer look, and now we see that the majority are actually between 0 and 0.25. That represents close to 500 ETFs. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Thanks for watching.